Hey guys, NV2095, and today I am bringing you another MW3 commentary. This time actually is a Flawless TDM. And first I'd like to start off with some updates because I gotta update you guys really fast on what's going on. I will be gone for about almost 2 weeks, so I won't be having anything on my channel during that time. So don't worry, guys. I'll be coming back. That's why I've got like 3 videos this week, because I wanted to make sure you guys had stuff to watch if you didn't watch anything during this week. So I'll be back. I'll post a video probably like the day I come back or something about it. Probably some adventures, because I'm going on vacation kind of with my friend for days, obviously. So yeah, that's it. And another one, if you look up in the corner, there's a little watermark for the Gamers Republic, and I'm actually commentating there, kind of ish. Yeah, I'm commentating, whatever. But so yeah, this will. If you guys are watching it there, then cool. And if you're watching on my channel, that's awesome, because that's what I expect you guys kind of to watch on my channel. So yeah, guys. And so now I'll get right into the topic. I actually have a kind of topic for more competitive players, like I want to be, and it's, should esports be considered a sport? Because there's kind of discussion throughout like the competitive community. More, I've heard it more on Call of Duty than like StarCraft. But if you're in like Korea, you're hugely famous if you're really good at StarCraft. So there it's kind of like, they're celebrities there, basically like a famous someone in sports today in America, or anywhere else, England, whatever. So in Korea, it probably would be considered a sport, but I'm gonna go with what I think on the United States, and these are my opinions. So don't get all crazy because I said something you don't like. But I looked up definition of sport because, just so all you guys know, this is definition Google gave me, was an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others. So, based on that definition, except for the physical exertion part, it would be considered a sport because it is competition between two other, usually it's two other teams, unless you're playing like StarCraft or something. But it's about teams, so, technically it would be a sport, but at this point, I don't consider it a sport, just because I don't think it's big enough yet. Because there's a lot of people doing it, but almost anybody can. I'm not almost anybody, but a lot of people can do it if they really, really want to. Unlike, say, if you're going into hockey, the NHL, there's a certain type of person that can make it in the NHL. There's certain things you can do. There's the same thing for esports, but it's different because you can learn the skills, and there's ways to better yourself. In hockey, you can do it too, but say it's buying a controller, you can have it. Buying a new headset, you can have it. Hockey, you need the skill to start off with. You have to build on the skill, but you have to have the natural skill to start off with. While in esports, you can start off with a little bit of natural skill, but you can build on that skill for long periods of time, play as much as you want, and you can get good at the game, memorize everything on the game. You can learn everything about the game and make it semi-pro, pro, whatever you really want to be at that time. But with like hockey, you can't really I don't know what I'm trying to say. You can't really do all that stuff. There's things you can do. Like buy the best equipment and stuff. But that's not going to help your natural skill out. Like, you have to be able to skate, first of all. In esports, you just have to be able to hold a controller. There's certain skills that you have to know how to do in real sports. In real sports that you don't have to do for, like, competitive Call of Duty. Competitive Call of Duty, you can go in and play and get lucky because you somehow got good or something. Real sports, you have to go off, and you have to do something. I really don't know what I'm trying to say, but I don't consider esports right now as a sport in America. Because first of all, I mean, there's a lot of people that know about it, but not as many as like one of the other major sports out there. Like everybody knows what football is in America. I'm talking about American football, not soccer. Which, if you're British, then you probably are offended by that, because you probably are like, oh, American football, whatever. But those are like major sports. If the esports go on like television, become like huge, I would almost consider that a sport. Not because of how big it is, but because like those people are now like famous for what they do, and really, really need to get their way up there. Cause I mean, I don't know. There's just stuff like another thing about real sports. There's only a certain age you can go up till until you aren't good anymore. Unlike in esports, you could kind of go for a really, really long time. You could start when you're like my age and go up till you're like 40, because you still know how to play the game, and it's not really changing. I mean, there's stuff that you have to learn, but at this point, if you're playing with an Xbox controller, you know the controller perfectly, you know the game perfectly, you're 40 years old, you could be a pro at the game as long as you got the gun skill and stuff like that. But with real sports, say if you're 40, you'll lose that speed that you have for skating and hockey. And there's just, I mean, you're slower, like stuff changes over time. You can continue to be good at Call of Duty. As the way I see it, you can continue to be good. So that's, I mean, right now I don't consider esports a sport, except for the fact that you're facing other people, like competition-wise. It's a competitive thing, but I wouldn't call it a true sport. Like, I mean, like the major sport. That's what I'm talking about when I mean sports, like hockey, basketball, football, soccer, baseball, stuff like that. But this esports right now are not a sport the way I see it. I know I've said that like 1,000 times, but I don't find them to be a sport. I know some people, especially like some of the COD pros, consider it a sport right now, but some of the other ones do not, and won't think it's a sport for a while until like something like really changes. So that's basically my opinion on if esports should be considered a sport. If you guys have a different opinion, just comment and tell me. So that's the end of the video. I went flawless, like 25-0. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all like the commentary. So like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, thanks. See you guys.